What is autophagy? How does it benefit you and why should you care? We're going to cover that in today's video and answer the questions you may have about fasting and autophagy. So by the end of this video, you'll know what it is, why it happens, how to activate it, and all the other things you need to consider to get the most of it. It is worth mentioning that a Nobel Prize was given in 2016 to a Japanese biologist, and I'm going to butcher his name, Yoshinori Oshumi. This is why you're hearing about it more and more in the last decade. And I know you have questions about it, so let's get into it. By the way, if you're new to my channel, hi, I'm Lex. Nice to meet you. My background consists of 20 years in health and fitness industry. I have also extensively trained in amateur boxing, kickboxing, and bodybuilding, and everything I've learned and experimented on myself, I've developed into a program that I call the VUCO method that I now share all of it with you here on this channel. So make sure to subscribe. Let's get into it. So what is autophagy? In basic terms, it's cellular repair. It is the ability of your body to repair every cell of its own. The word autophagy comes from two Latin words, auto, which means self, and phagine, which means eat. So it literally means to eat oneself. The cell eats itself, and I know it almost sounds morbid, like why would a cell eat itself? But I want you to think about a renovation. Think of it this way. You bought a house, you want to flip it. What do? You take all the bad parts out, all the rusty, dirty parts out that are not good anymore, and you substitute them with the good tiles, good wood flooring, good carpentry, good countertops, and so on. So in order to upgrade the house, you have to downgrade it first or get rid of the negative. And that is literally how autophagy works in your body. Every cell remodels itself, rejuvenates itself, cleanses all the toxins and things that it doesn't need that have collected over time. So think of it as cellular regeneration. So why does autophagy happen? Well, everything in the body is done in the name of survival. Humans lived for millions of years hunting for food. So there was no food, and then there was the food, and then there was no food, and there was food. But in order to go hunt for that food, they couldn't be weak and sluggish because we would have never been here. So what the body has done is it has adapted itself to make us, as I like to call it, almost superhuman when it comes to not eating. So again, one of the reasons why we believe it happens is for survival, to make us stronger and healthier and better and therefore more resilient. And as the other reason is that's what it uses to feed itself to eat. And if you think about Earth and nature, there is no garbage. Everything gets recycled. So if you think of it from that perspective, it makes sense that the cell would recycle itself. It will constantly use what it has to build up on it and to make bigger and better and cleaner cell out of it. And it is never too late to reset your health, by the way. It doesn't matter if you're 30, 40, or 80. If you fast in the right way and you get to activate autophagy, you will benefit from it. And we're going to get into benefits in a minute. I just wanted to give you a little bit more information on how amazing it is. So how does autophagy relate to intermittent fasting? As you know, there's different fasting protocols like 16-8, 12-12, 14-10. You can watch any of my other videos where I go into more details about it. Now, fasting leads to autophagy. Autophagy is not automatically activated in humans. And if you do too little or too much fasting, you're not going to get the benefits of it. So let's just get into science a little bit more. When it comes to fasting and ketosis, we need to work with our insulin spikes. We need to not spike the insulin by not eating carbs or not eating at all. And that way we get into the fasting and we get into ketosis where our body burns fat for energy. So when it comes to fasting in general and ketosis, it's the insulin, the hormone insulin that we're looking into. When it comes to autophagy, we're looking for a different hormone called mTOR. And mTOR is responsible for how much protein are we putting in our body. So again, insulin is carb activated, mTOR is protein activated. And so let's say you go on a low protein diet. Well, your body is still sensing some of the mTOR in it. Therefore, you are actually not benefiting your body by getting too little, but not enough. So the body likes either a good amount of protein that it can use it to build the building blocks in the body and heal the muscles and repair all the cells of the body, or it wants none. Fasting creates autophagy and it actually stimulates the production of HGH, which is human growth hormone. That way, your body is ready to rebuild itself when you get to eat again. So what are some of the benefits of autophagy? Autophagy basically reverses, or at least minimizes, the impact of diseases and minimizes the likelihood of a disease appearing, such as neurodegenerative diseases, pulmonary diseases, infectious diseases, vascular diseases, even cancer. Yes. A few years ago, I had a client who had COVID and then started having post-COVID symptoms. She went to the doctor and he said, well, you just have to live with it. It's going to last for 6 months to a year or maybe forever. She said she went in tune with herself. She went to meditate and she decided to do a 5-day fast. Her doctor naturally thought she was insane, but she went ahead and did it. Before I tell you what happened, note that this is one story of one of my clients. You need to know yourself. You need to determine for yourself what's the right course of action for you. As you can probably guess, after a 5-day fast, she had no more symptoms and they never came back. Disclaimer, do what's right by you. Now, if you need more step-by-step guide to fasting or autophagy, you can check out my membership or book a one-on-one call with me, where together we'll go through every step of the way of your journey, set you up for success, and check in regularly with you till you can do this on your own. I'll leave the links in the description. Okay, so how do we create autophagy? Again, depending on what you read, it starts somewhere around the hour 17, 18 of fasting. That is when it starts. It peaks at about the hour 72. So you definitely have to fast more than 17 hours. 17 is a minimum and not more than 72. It is also important what you break your fast with. Make sure to watch my video on how to break a fast. But general rule is we're looking at healthy fats, and that's how we want to break that fast rather than put any carbs in our body, whether they are good or bad. And again, because mTOR is the one that's related to autophagy, once you start eating, you want to keep your protein intake lower at about 10 to 15 grams. Other things that you have to take into consideration: sleep. Sleep is important for autophagy. Fasting is a stressor on the body. Short-term stress, beneficial stress, yes. However, you don't want to stress your body with fasting and workouts and lack of sleep and stressful thoughts, because now you're attacking it from too many sides and it's too much stress. And I can tell you, when I was bodybuilding and getting my body fat percentage really low, I was not getting adequate sleep because at that time I couldn't with my schedule, and it messed up my hormones, my thyroid, my whole body. The body repairs itself when we sleep, specifically in REM, deep sleep. That's the repair state of the body. The same thing happens when we're sick or healthy or in autophagy. Therefore, you must sleep. If you're having a hard time sleeping, I will leave in the description a supplement that I use. It's all natural. It just slows down my brain waves and it helps me fall asleep naturally. It does not have melatonin in it, which you should not be taking. And if you're fasting and all of a sudden having a hard time sleeping, I urge you to take time to meditate, calm down your thoughts, to get to create a really nice, slow routine before bed. Maybe put headphones on with really nice meditative music on and learn to relax. But I will also say, for first-time fasters, oftentimes they do get insomnia. And in another video, I'm going to get into what to expect on fasting. So make sure to hit that subscribe button and the little notification so you get notified when the video is out. And while at it, leave me a comment below. Let me know, how would you rate your current sleep from 1 to 10, 1 being the lowest, 10 being the highest. Next thing I want you to take into consideration is exercise. If you are not eating, if you're doing a longer fast, you want to ideally avoid exercise. Something like a brisk walk, okay. If you really feel like you have to work out and maybe you have that extra energy, make your workouts short but effective. We're not here to fast and go to the gym for hours at a time. You should never go to the gym for hours at a time, but that's a story for another video. Another thing, if you have the ability to do, is go to sauna, infrared if possible. Sauna has been proven to go hand in hand with fasting because they go together as to bringing you more benefits of fasting and autophagy. And it's relaxing, it's going to help you sleep, it's just good for you. And please listen to your body and its cues and what it's trying to communicate to you. Yes, there could be an adjustment period. Yes, you may be more or less hungry. Yes, your stomach may be shrinking when you're fasting, therefore you're not eating as much, but your body is always communicating with you. And because we've never really connected to our bodies, we've always been told when to eat, how much to eat. We never really truly connected with our bodies to listen to say, when am I hungry? When am I satiated? How much do I need to eat? Do I not even need to eat now? I have a client who overate one day and she said, I had you in the back of my mind talking to me. So I told myself, I'm not going to eat the next day until I'm hungry. She said, I wasn't hungry till 4 p.m. the next day. Yes, because your body just got enough calories to run for the whole day. Let your body lead you. Again, if you need more information and more guidance on how to fast, which fast is the right for you, you don't know how to schedule it in your busy schedule, check out my membership or one-on-one call. I'm here to help and guide you along the way. I've done all the fasts myself. I've done all the mistakes. I've done all the right ways. I stand by firmly if it's done the right way. And remember, women fast differently than men, and you need to know how. And for more information on that, check out this video here.